I'm here with Philip Hunt from Studio AKA. He's come all the way from the UK and he spoke this morning. How did it go this morning? How did you enjoy speaking to all those people?
Oh, I loved it. I was terrified before I went out. I mean, it's a big crowd, but they were great, and I got a little bit of feedback earlier on, and I just relaxed. And no, it's great. I was just saying backstage that it's lovely to get up and talk about, well, not just about yourself and your own journey, but also to get to talk about the other people who are who are that journey, the people I work with in the studio. It'd be great if we could all get up on stage and talk, but the easy part for me is to stand up and show some of the other guys' work, because I know it's good and I can be a part of the audience there. And the hard part is when I have to sort of talk about the individual bits that I do. But it was great.
Are you drawing off the energy of the crowd?
Absolutely. I mean, Harry Pearce from Pentagram said it very well. He said, the first 10 seconds decides everything. You know who the audience is.
Fine. Have you heard much about sort of the New Zealand reputation for design?
Well, only really through things like this. I mean, this event, I've been aware of, and the amount of stuff like you're doing now, the interviews and the other stuff had given me a flavour for the whole thing. And I think there's enough effort put into it that it's become, it doesn't have to sort of apologise for being, the other side of the earth from the perceived centre of design and stuff. I don't think that's true. I think New Zealand really holds its own across so many things. I mean, one of the reasons I came down here was because, there's so many people down here doing things that I respect, people like Weta and everything. I mean, just peerless. There's been some amazing speakers. I mean, I was also saying I had to follow Gene this morning, which was the single hardest thing about this morning, because his work just absolutely floored me. I knew his work a bit, and the great thing about an event like this is you get to see somebody's entire catalogue of stuff, and I was just knocked out by the work he was doing. So much so I nearly ran and thought I can't go on after that.
Hard act to follow.
Yeah, very much so.
Can you tell us a little bit more about, you did recently a short animated film, Lost and Found?
Yes.
Yep, and that was based, tell us about the design process for that from a very one-dimensional book.
I mean, it's a book I knew. I'm a big fan of Oliver Jeffers, the author, whose own style has changed quite a lot over the past decade that he's been working. And the book presented itself with this unique problem, which was if it was going to be a half an hour piece, do we just make that book move and then add bits, or what do we do? So the decision was made very early on to keep the book sacrosanct, to keep it really safe, and to imagine we were taking the book and putting it on stage or making a live action film of it, which is because we were going to have to expand the story that much. And Oliver was incredibly, for an author, giving away his book, was very, very open to a number of huge changes we made in the story, the fact that we changed the technique, and he probably had more faith in it sometimes than we did. I think that's a theme that's gone throughout a lot of the things that I've done personally, where unless I can add something to it or augment it in some way, I lose interest very rapidly.
Fair enough. And your kids, how did they respond to the final product?
Oh, great. My daughter's got artwork in the film, so has my son. They both have props, or shops dedicated to them in the film.
Are they budding artists themselves?
Sorry?
Are they budding artists themselves?
My daughter's already better than me, and they're both creative individuals in their own way. But as I think, I'm a strong believer in all children are like that. I'm a big believer in thought process of someone like Ken Robinson, who says that we take children and we educate creativity out of them.
Philip Hunt, thanks for your time and enjoy the rest of your weekend.